VS Code.
Go on, please.
So in that, as you mentioned, that when we change in the file, I mean, like when we try to do some modification in the file, there will be a displaying like to the file beside the file there is some modifications. M keeps going on being displayed, which I couldn't see while I was doing, and after doing the modifications in the file, it should be like the commit in the terminal down there. I need to write changes not committed to this stage. I'm not able to see that thing when I check the git status. I put already in the WhatsApp also.
Okay, I'll check in the WhatsApp group. Hamal, have you posted today or yesterday?
Actually, thing is, I did this in the night, but when I just happened to see it was too late, I immediately did it now before
Oh,
entering the class.
okay, let me check. Okay, I'll check in the WhatsApp. The screenshot will help me better and I'll respond to it. Okay.
Sure.
And is this the last one, which is yours?
Yeah, the last one, the recent post.
Okay, okay, the last post. Okay, let me check. Okay, I'll look into that and I'll revert to you. Okay, there is a message from Pratap. Hi, ma'am. Completed hands-on by seeing the recording, but the lab assignment I'll do. Okay. See, lab assignment is also similar. Same thing is there for lab assignment. Whatever we have done, you have to complete that. So if you have done it with recording, that's fine. But yes, you can do it again. Definitely go through the assignment and do it. That will be again a kind of revision for you. That is always good to do. Keep going the same. Okay, and there's a message. Okay, that's all I have. All right, then let's begin then. Yesterday we were talking about modifications, right? Modifications we were talking about, right? And we have understood what is a working directory, staging area, and local repository. These are the things we have done. Git status. Let me just keep everything clean. This ignore this file. Git commit minus am all files. Okay, done. So if I see here git status, it should be clean, right? So this is what we have learned yesterday. Now let's get into the new commands and the new scenarios. First, let me go through the log once again. Git log will give you the history of the commits in your local repository, right? These are all the things that we have, like these are all the commits we have done from yesterday. Whenever I started the repository, local repository, from then, these are all the commits I have made. So you can see those, and it is a unique hash code will be generated, which is called commit ID. For every commit, a unique hash code ID will be generated. That is what you are seeing here. Okay. And if you want to see just a brief, of course, one more thing, the author name, you will see who made the changes, the timestamp, commit message. That's why commit messages are important, so that when you check later on, you can understand what this commit is all about. That's the importance of commit message. So give a more meaningful commit messages. Okay. So that is one thing. And um, yeah. So now let us look into another aspect. Like we have seen creating new files, we have seen modifications. Let us talk
Sorry,
about
sorry for interrupting, ma'am. Can you please maximize?
this one you want.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, it's Windows size look like small.
You have to increase the window size from your end. Everyone have to fit in the window it will be. You have to maximize it to full screen. If I zoom
Okay,
in more, it will be like you can't see that. I already,
okay,
you have to check once your screen, put it to
okay,
full
ma'am.
screen. This should work. If still not working, let me know, please.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So let me know, okay, whoever are not viewing in the full screen mode, you have to click on a full screen mode in your Zoom. Then you will see full screen. I'm already on the biggest font. If I further increase it, it will just hamper your eyesight also. That big it is. But once check your screen, still if you are having problem, let me know. All right, so we have seen creating the files, we have seen modifying the files. Today, let us see deleting the file. Before deleting, I would like to show you one more interesting thing. Okay, let's go with this interesting scenario first before we go for deletion. Okay, I have added one line. Obviously, it's a modification. Okay. Now, is it having unstaged changes or not? Is this file 2, having unstaged changes or not?
Unstaged.
Right? It's having unstaged changes. So that's what it is telling. Unstaged change file 2. So if you want to see unstaged changes, you can do git diff file name. That will show you unstaged changes of the file. See here, plus means some lines added, right? Minus means any deletions. So it's showing, okay, there were some unstaged changes. Let me add that. Add file to. Now tell me, is this file having unstaged changes or not?
Staged.
Now is it having unstaged changes or not?
Not.
No, right? It has got staged changes. That's why it is showing you changes to be committed. Always keep your architectural diagram with you when you are doing hands-on. Keep your architectural diagram, open the diagram with you. Always. Hello, please stop crosstalk if you have anything. So changes to be committed is what you are seeing. I'm
Okay,
just
ma'am.
pull up.
The same thing now, just you added in the file 2, some content you have added, and you can see beside file 2 M there, that shows that it is a modification. And when you put your git status, you can see that changes to be committed. This is what I'm not getting when I'm adding some content into the file.
This is as expected. Yum means it is modified. That's all.
Yeah.
Even it is modified, right?
Hmm.
See, like earlier, also it is in the already file is there in the staging area and local repos. It's not a new file, right? So whenever you modify, it will show you as yum. Now also it's modified. That is a correct expected way only it is working.
No, it is not showing me that it is being modified. Even if I
After,
put the cursor to the file.
you mean after adding
Git status, yes.
changes to be modified state, it's not showing is what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. Same thing. That's what I'm saying you.
Let's
As
see. Mm.
now
Okay.
you have entered hi into the file 2,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
After entering that content, if you put git status, it shows like it is like unstaged one.
Mm.
But I am not showing it. It is showing like a work tree is cleared or something, right?
Okay, no problem. Towards the end of the class, we'll share the screen. You can share your screen and we'll see that, okay? All right, so I just made a modification, so it has no unstaged changes. It has got only staged changes. At that point of time, if you run this git diff command, it will not show you anything because there were no unstaged changes. Means git diff is a command which will show you unstaged changes. Okay. Now I would like to modify this file.
So
Right, so here I have made one more modification. Now tell me, is this file having unstaged change or not now? Now is this file having unstaged or not?
Unstaged.
Definitely unstaged. This
Unstaged.
second line is unstaged, whereas first line is staged. That's why the file is shown under both the areas. Whenever you see this, don't get confused. Changes to be committed means in which area it is? Changes to be committed meaning? Where is it?
Second, when you modified now.
Completed and waiting for the completion.
local repo.
Right? It is changes to be committed means staging area.
Staging area.
Changes not staged means working directory.
Working directory.
So whenever you see that, you shouldn't get confused. Okay, like The file might be in both staging and unstaging areas, or else both staging and working directory for the same reason. This could be the reason. Got it? So when does this happen? Maybe you might have modified the file, added to staging area. Later on, you are coming and making modifications. That's where this scenario could arise. So we don't have to confuse about it. Am I clear? So that's simple. Like you are modifying the file. After some modifications, you have added it. Later on, again, you made some modifications. So that is how it is. Okay, so at this point, what you have to do, you have to just do git add, git commit. Or else, because it's not a new file, I'm doing this. So the interview question could be like, is it possible for the same file to be under both staging and local repository? And is it possible to see the same file under changes to be committed and changes not staged? Yes, this could be the simple use case. Is the use case clear, everyone?
Sorry, ma'am, can you please repeat?
Here, what I'm telling is like you are having a file, you made some modifications to it, right? And then after making modifications, like you did not add to staging area, then it will have unstaged changes. Let's say then you have added, so it will have only the staged changes, right? See, there is a lot of disturbance I'm getting. Please keep muted, everyone. I'm getting diverted because of the backgrounds. If you have question, you unmute. Otherwise, please don't leave unmute. Lot of background noises this morning. Thanks everyone for understanding. Please keep muted. Only if you have question, unmute. Please don't leave it unmuted. Okay. So like after modification, you may be then adding to a staging area. So the file will have some changes staged and some changes unstaged. A simple logic for still people who are having questions. File, modify a file. Okay, it's not a new file, by the way. Modify this. Check git status. It will show you unstaged changes, right? Then do git add. Okay, at this point, again, if you do git status, it will show you file is staged. Then again, modify the file, right? So already these changes are in the staging area. Now you are modifying it. At this point, again, if you do git status, it will show you like unstaged. Means these are in the working directory. Means some changes are in the staging area, some changes are in the working directory. It's very obvious. Only simple logic, right? You might be keep on modifying the file. After 10 lines, you add it to staging area, right? That the changes are staged. Later on, you added another 10 lines. These 10 lines will be still in the working directory, right? At that point, if you run status, git status, it is having both. At this point of time, it will give you this kind of output. Means same file will be under both staging and working directory. Got it? This is staging area, this is working directory. Am I making sense?
Yes, Preethi.
That's
Right.
fine.
So at this point now, because like I understood why the file is both under staged and unstaged, I would like to commit. I want all those changes. File, and I want to show you one more command once again. Git diff that particular file will show you. Sorry, file name is incorrect. This will show you. Git diff will show you unstaged changes. See, the second line is unstaged. Whereas git diff use the staged flag will show you staged changes. Right? Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right? So these are the two commands. Git diff file name will show you unstaged changes. Git diff staged, only the first line is staged. It is showing you that. Right? Those are the simple commands you can use to see staged and unstaged changes of any particular file. I have got my architectural diagram kept opened. Always you have to do this. You have to refer this and do it until it's perfectly registered in your mind. Okay. So at this point, let me add and commit. I can do with a single command because that's not a new file. File modified again or whatever. Okay. So now if you do git status, right, it is all good, clean, right? Hope this much is clear for everyone. Now that we have seen how to move your changes from working directory to staging area to local repository, what is the difference between untracked and unstaged changes, what are staged changes, how to check staged changes and how to check unstaged changes, let us get and see how to delete a file. Right, till now we are creating a file, we have modified a file, but it could be deletion also, right? You may want to delete or remove a file, isn't it? So again, I want to tell you here, Git works with respect to changes. That change could be creating a file, that change could be deleting a file, or the change could be modifying a file. Git works with respect to changes, right? So any change will be first in the working directory, then it will go to staging area, then it will go to local repository, right? So, okay, now what I'll do is, let me delete a file. I want to delete some file, okay? Mm, mm. I want to delete this file one. Maybe I will create one more file because if I delete it, I need at least 2 files just to demonstrate different use cases. You know this whole story, right? It will be a kind of revision also. I'm not bothered about the content. I'm not interested in the content of the file or a extension, whether it is a Java file or a text file. Content and the type of files is not our interest. So create anything dummy ones. So obviously, can you tell me just like a quick recap?
Untracked.
Obviously, untracked, new file. What should I do?
It add.
It
If anyone missed yesterday, still any questions, please follow here. Git ls files. This is not listed. Okay, now git add this particular file 3. So now again do the git status. You can see on branch master, right? Like changes to be committed. Branch is not our interest now. So cut to be committed. Now what should I do? Git commit -m text file. Okay. Okay, let it be. Now it is all cool, all clear. Okay, good. Now I want to remove this file 3. Let's assume that I want to remove this file 3. What you can do is git rm file 3. This is a git command, not Linux command. Linux command is rm file name, right? If anyone is having confusion, for them I'm telling. If you don't know, that's perfect, leave it. rm will just remove the file from the directory. Git rm is a different thing. It's a git command. So if I run this command, see, you cannot see the file. The file is removed from local working directory as well as local repository. How do you know? You can check this. It is saying changes to be committed.
Hi Preethi, Anand here.
Yep.
If use the git rm file name, it will delete all the 3 stages or only working directory and
Let
local.
me complete this scenario. Scenario is not completed and then I'll answer your questions. Okay. Let me
Okay.
complete this. I just deleted the file. So this file will be removed both from working directory and staging area. Okay. So like if you see here, this file is it's showing changes to be committed. Like I told you, right? Every change will follow the same. It is there now. Like this particular change should be committed to the local repository. So just commit the change, git commit -m deleted the file. Deleted file. Okay. From local repository. Means obviously from working directory also. It's gone. Right, I have made the commit. Now if you do status, it's gone. So whenever you do RM, it has deleted, it will delete the file both from working directory and local repository. So means your changes happen to your local repository as well. That's why it's asking you to make the changes committed, right? You have to commit the change. And now you don't see the file anymore. So file is gone forever. But there could be some file where you want to delete only from the local repository. But you still want to keep it in the working directory. Like git rm, there is something called git rm cached. Git rm cached will help you delete the file only from the local repository, but not from the working directory. It will be still there in the working directory. Right? Why do you need it? Maybe file 2 is some project documentation. Maybe the notes I have taken, I don't want to commit, I don't want to place it in the local repository, but I want to keep it in the same folder because it's a project folder. So that's where cached file name will come. This will just delete the file from the local repository, but it will keep it in the working directory. Just see that. See, file is there. Okay, but you are seeing it as a this. What does it mean? First, see this. Change happened here in the staging area. That's why it's telling changes to be committed. To be committed means where are the changes? Staging area. So
Staging.
commit the changes -m, deleting from, only from, okay, only from local repository. Earlier from both local repository and working directory. Done. Okay, you are still having the file, but you will keep on seeing this. Can anyone tell me why you are seeing this? Why is it showing untracked? Anyone?
Because it's in working directory.
It is in the working directory. It is removed from the staging area. It is again like a new file. That's why see, U means untracked, right? It was like a new file. You just created, you removed it from staging area, local repository, you committed the changes of deletion in the local repository. So the commits, the change is committed in the local repository, means the deletion is committed in the local repository, but in the working directory, you still have a file. Is this much clear, everyone? Now, Kanan, if you still have a question, can you please go on now?
No, Preethi.
Clear now, right?
Yes, clear.
Right. So, like, once we completely understand the scenario, all the queries will be clear. But still, if anyone have any further queries, now let me know.
Preethi, you removed file 3 only, right?
After that, we did file 2 also. File 3, I deleted both from local repository and staging area and working directory also. Means I removed it from everywhere. Whereas file 2, I am removing only from local repository and staging area.
Whenever you are deleting, it should be there in the working directory, you are saying. Right?
If you use this RM cached, it will be there in the working directory. If you just simply use git RM, it will be there only, it will be removed completely.
From the fold, from the entire part.
Yes.
Preethi, can you show the git logs?
This is deleting completely from working directory and staging area and all. This is only from local repos, the last commit I made.
But if you delete from using RM from the local directory, I think we can restore it from the staging area, right?
Git RM command.
Yes.
You can restore. You can restore.
So that is not that means that is not deleting from the staging area, and it is not deleting from the work directory. Maybe it is deleting, but we still it is the index is pointing to the same file.
All the changes can be reverted. Okay. Any change you do, whether you delete from local repository or whether you delete only from staging area, all those changes can be reverted.
I was working today on this. I tried to do multiple scenarios where I tried first if you do RM using Git, then if you commit, we cannot retrieve the file. But if you don't commit after
We
the
can
RM,
retrieve, we
then we
can
can retrieve.
retrieve, we can retrieve. See, retrieve in the sense the whole commit, let's say 1 minute, huh? So I did git rm, right? The file is gone. The file3 is nowhere, right? But if you want to retrieve, there is another command called revert. Using revert, you can get it back. We'll
Is
come
it
to that.
revert or is it restore?
Revert is to revert the like the committed changes. Already this is committed. I have removed, I use git rm and completely it's gone. So you can revert it. We'll cover that part. Okay, we'll come to that revert and how do you get the files back. We'll come to that part.
One question. If we are using RM, is it going to delete from all the three? That is what you are confirming, right?
RM means, yes, it will delete both from working directory and local repository. When I say working directory, local repository, obviously from staging also it will be removed. Okay, but the changes like it will be, means the deletion will be in the staging area, right? You have to do a commit later on. That's how RM will work. RM or RM can see, listen here one thing, you are like, you are confusing yourselves. Just git rm. Okay, this particular change, whenever you do git rm, this will affect the actually means staging area means obviously working directory, right? You wouldn't have anything here. So this is removing file from both of these places. Okay, removing both from working. Later on, it will ask you to commit. Changes committed means that particular change you made is here. The deletion is here. Later on, you will do a commit. Do you remember I did commits after every RM cache? So now that particular deletion is committed to local repository also. It's not that you should see like where the change is affecting. It's not that file is there in staging or local repository. You should see RM is affecting which layer and how do we push those changes to local repository. Similarly, if you do git rm cached, this also same. It will remove from working directory, from staging area. Always first changes will affect the staging area, right? So here your change is there, right? Then when you do git commit, right, this will be removed completely from both working directory and local repository. This will remove only from the local repository. Just understand git rm will remove only from local repository. Git rm cache will remove both from working directory and local repository. Only remember this part. Only this part. Don't get confused. Don't confuse yourself and others. That's all you have to understand. Sorry. This one. So now I did this git rm cache file name I'm still seeing here and it says working like a new file. Now if I want I can again add and commit, but let's say I have a use case. This is a project documentation, right? Or else some notes I have taken. I don't want Git to track it, but still I want to maintain a copy. But as long as it is in this git demo folder, whatever present in this git demo folder, right, will be keep on tracked by Git, isn't it? Because that's a local repository. Git will keep on tracking it. But is there any way I can tell Git, don't version control this file, please. Don't track this file. Is there any way I can do it? And why we should do that in real use cases? Why we
Git
should
ignore?
git ignore. Yes, there comes git ignore to tell git not to version control, not to track certain files. Why you should not version control certain files? Like I told you, it might be a log file. It might be some executables generated in the project in a code base, or else the files may contain some sensitive data, right? So which need not be shared or should not be shared on GitHub. So these are all the different use cases for this. We will see example of this in a real world with actual files of sensitive data in Terraform project. Okay, I'll also show you with the real files. Okay, until then, yes, let's assume, okay, this is my project documentation. I don't want Git to track it. So what you have to do, listen this carefully. This is very important again. Okay, in the real world, git ignore will be a mandatory file in every git repository. Create a file called .gitignore. This is how you can create files in the VS Code editor. .gitignore. File name should be only .gitignore, not anything else. Okay. So .gitignore you have here. And here you put the file names, whichever you don't want Git to track. What is the file name we have? That's all. And suppose if you have many other files, let's say I have 100 files with extension .log. I want to ignore all of that. You can use some wild characters here, like star.log. Means any file, star means any. Anything with extension .log will be ignored. But for now, means you can handle multiple files that way. Only one file, I put that file name, save the file. As soon as I save it, do you notice something? It is no more getting tracked, it got grayed out. But the file is still there. I can open it, I can use it, but I'm seeing it like a grayed out. And if you see git status now, perfect. Our file 2 is not getting tracked anymore. This is what we want. Am I making sense, everyone? Right? So you are you are, but you are seeing this git ignore because after all, it is also another file, right? You need to add it. Add dot git ignore. Then again check the status. Okay, you will see changes to be committed. Git commit -m ignore file added. Perfect. Git status. It is all showing clean. When you do ls, means when you just check the files, of course, git ignore is a hidden file, ls -a, it will show you all the files, but git ls files. See, your file 2 is no more, but still it's not showing that message like untracked. It's not bothered about it. It is no more bothering this file. I mean, no more bothered about this file, or it's no more tracking this file. Is this much clear, everyone? Got it right, all of you? Any questions in the git ignore part?
Every file should be named with dot.
Dot git ignore.
Then here file1.txt is
File1.txt.
you didn't mention with dot, no?
That's why it is tracked. Git ls files will show you all the tracked files, right? So file 1 is getting tracked. File 2 is not getting tracked. That's why file 2 is not there.
Ma'am, when you did git status now, at the time, hello, am I
Yeah.
audible, ma'am? Ma'am,
Audible
when you
but
did,
not-
yeah, when you did git status, right, after creating .git ignore file, so it was showing this is .git ignore as unstaged, right? So we
Correct.
can stage this too, right?
Which
If
two?
this .git ignore also.
We did right. Git
Yes.
add, I did that. Then
Okay.
again I saw the status. Then
Okay.
I did a commit.
Okay.
Like any other file.
Okay.
If it is file 1, this is how we do, right? Git add file 1, git commit file 1, I mean git commit message. That's what I did here also for .git ignore.
Okay.
.git ignore is having this file 2 name within it, so it's not tracking this file 2 anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so now let us do one more thing. Like we have got this file 2, right? Okay, let us do one more thing. One interesting thing actually. Let me show you the log. By now we have done some bunch of commits, right? And if you see here, this is the one for adding a file, adding this git ignore file. What if you want to undo any particular commit? What is the meaning of undo, first of all? What is the dictionary meaning of undo?
Reversing the process, the last process.
Reversing the things, right? Means, let's say you created a file, means if you undo it, it will be gone. Let's suppose you deleted a file, means if you undo it, it will be created, right? This is what undo. Similarly, you can undo any committed changes. Like this is a committed. You can undo this. You can undo this. So let me undo this one. How do you undo this? With a revert, something called revert. And what happens when you undo at the back end? Let's suppose this commit ID is A. I cannot rewrite this 461D F9. So I'm just referring this as commit A. Okay, ID, commit ID A. Then let's suppose if I do revert, means undo. It will always create a new commit ID. Means revert works like commits. It will generate new commit ID called B. Okay, means let's say here I created a file. Okay, let's suppose I created git ignore file. When I do revert, file will be deleted. Okay, suppose I want to again undo this. Okay, another new commit ID will be generated. That's how git works. File will be created. Means this will be same state as A. Is that clear, everyone, this logic?
Ma'am,
You can revert, yes.
can you show us how to do it?
I'll show you. Every time I'm explaining and doing the lab, right? We'll do that.
Okay, ma'am.
For that, I'm just explaining you. This is
Okay.
how revert works. These are the main point is whenever you are undoing, new commit IDs will be generated. Whenever in what are all the cases commit IDs will be generated? Whenever you run git commit, yes, new commit ID will be generated, isn't it? So
Yes.
whenever you do revert also, same thing. That's what I want to tell you. Both will generate new commit IDs. Okay, like this, when you do revert A, B will be generated. Again, if you do revert B, C will be generated. And the scenario will be like if in A files are created in B, it will be deleted because you are reverting B again, it will be back same as a C state. If you got some idea on this, now let us run the commands to do that actually. Git revert. Commit A means 461D, this one. That's all. Okay, it will also you can also provide the revert message, same like commit message. When you do revert, it will take you to this editor mode. Let me just make sure everyone is seeing this clearly. Can you all see the screen? Some of you earlier saying it is small. Is it okay now? Have you resolved the issue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, it's fine.
Right. So now what happens is it will open something like an editor like this. Okay. And this is actually Vim editor. If you are into Linux, you would be aware of it. If you are not, no worries. We are having separate Linux session. But for now, just do escape I. Escape I means you will get into insert mode at the bottom. It will allow you to type in, to delete anything. Here you have to provide revert message. That's all. Message of your choice. I'm just saying revert ignore file. It's up to you, like commit message. Okay. Escape I, it will allow you to type something. Again, just simply escape. Insert mode will be gone. Colon WQ exclamatory. That will save and close this editor. Means your commit message, revert message actually will be saved. Okay, these commands are also listed separately. I'll show you where are all these commands in the in our learning management system. Don't worry copying the commands or worry about how do you memorize the commands. Listen and understand here thoroughly. Don't do it now. You do it after the class. Listen here. Now, done. Okay. Already, if you notice here, do you see file 2 is being tracked? Why file 2 is getting tracked? Also, just run the log command first. Yes. Do you see new commit came up? That's what is B, the diagram I am talking about. This is commit B. This is your commit B actually. Right? This is 461 is a commit A. Okay. Okay, you are seeing the message also you have given, and you are seeing this file. Why you are seeing that? Anyone? Why Git is tracking this again?
Git ignore file will be deleted now.
Git ignore is no more. If git ignore is not there, that is being tracked, right? That's what is happening. Are we clear? Like you did the commit B, so the file got deleted. Right? If the file is deleted, if ignore file is deleted, file 2 will be tracked again. Okay, fine. Let's say I want to revert this revert again. Git revert, same command. This time you want to revert this, right? AD0. First 7 characters are enough. That's all. Again, the editor. Escape I. You go into insert mode. Type in whatever command you want. At the backend in Explorer, you can see some changes already. But let me complete. Reverting again, whatever of your choice, some message. Okay, again escape. Insert mode gone. Colon, WQ, exclamatory. Done. Now I would like to show you the log. See, this is A, this is B, this is C. Now can you relate to the diagram we are talking about some time back? Yes. I want responses. People should be
Yes, yes.
responding.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
are not clear, feel free to tell me when I ask for the confirmations. Let me know. And this is like 8D01. Just for you to relate, I am writing here the some first characters. Right? So file is back. That's how you can revert any changes you made. Okay, and now also Git file 2 will not be tracked anymore. Right? It's not tracked anymore. Do you see that? Right. So that is how revert works. If you are clear with this, I'll go to the next part. Next interesting concept.
Preethi,
Yes.
first file you already deleted and you are ignore that file, then you reverted back. Okay. Second, you are just reverting back the changes. Anytime without deleting or anything, the reverting should be happen for that ignored file. So it is possible.
See, this is an example when I deleted. The point is revert here. We are learning revert. I reverted this one, so file is back. But because of the file is back, this is tagged, or that's a different story. You can try with file 1 also. I mean, you can try with any commit, not a file 1. Like any commit, you can revert. Like here, we deleted file from the local repository. You can revert it so that file 3 should be back.
In case of not ignore, or if we just commit a file, if we revert it, so the file will go back to the staging area?
Yes.
Okay.
Anytime, any commit you can do. Let me revert this. Git revert. This is deletion, right? Actually, file is delete. Sorry. What is that ID? Any commit you can. This is just an example scenario, and because we are deleting Git ignore, we are seeing file 2 as untracked. But that's not the case with others. Like whatever commits happened in that particular commit will be reversed. That's all.
Does it valid for even for the removing of the deletion of the file?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
See here.
Thanks.
Revert deleting this one. Okay, I did a revert. Do you see already file is back? Obviously, new commit will be generated. Do you see file 3? Right? This is nothing to do with git ignore. Just I took git ignore as an example thing. But now your file is back. Earlier, some of you are asking, if I remove completely from working directory local repository, can I get it back? Yes, you can get it back. Any changes you can get
But
back.
how are you getting this? Because we have
Any
completely removed it
changes-
from all the 3 areas, right?
Let me complete, Mahesh, when I'm
Yeah, yeah.
talking, please wait.
Okay, okay. Sorry.
No problem. Otherwise, see, I may miss the point which I have to tell, right? It will be like a problem for you. So please let me finish. What I'm telling is, Yeah, so this file 3, like earlier we have deleted it using rm command, git rm delete from both the working directory, local repository. It is gone, I mean it's deleted, right? Then it was asking changes to be committed because that rm command will affect the staging area. Later on you have to commit. That's what we did, right? So the change is committed. And this is the commit ID generated for it. Where is it? I think this one, B2, this one. So I reverted this. Now the file is back and it is here. Means any committed change can be reverted. Yes, go on please now, Mahesh.
Does it point to any index file or something? So how it is reverting the deleted file? That is what I was asking.
Git maintains the versions. Git will keep those files. You don't have to understand what is happening at the backend, right? You, as a DevOps engineer or as a developer, you don't have to understand like how Git works at the backend. You have a .git, right? Here are all the Git meta objects stored. That's a hidden project, hidden folder where you see commit, edit messages, heads, hooks, index, all of them stored. What happens at the backend really you shouldn't be aware of. Just understand it is all, see, it's not rm. You know Linux rm command, right? Means you are just deleting from the folder. That's not the case. Git rm is git is tracking every change. It is removing from working directory, local repository, and all those changes will be tracked in the form of commits. Whenever you want, you can revert it. That's what you should understand. How this indexing works, how the logs, objects work. As a DevOps engineer, you don't have to be aware of those things.
Okay, thanks.
Right? So we are learning it to the depth actually. What is required, what is needed, like actually more than needed we are learning. We are learning far more than what is needed. You don't have to go beyond that, right? Particularly with the Git objects, we never work with that. We never do anything with it. Whatever we are learning is too advanced. All of these things also people wouldn't be aware of, but they'll be working in the projects. I'm giving all this additional understanding to troubleshoot the things which will help you, but which will not help you, which you don't need. We don't have to step into that part. Hope that makes sense. And so yes, the file is back and everything is good. I'm getting into next concept. See here. Now, okay, I have some 10 comments or 20 comments, whatever. Remember one more thing. We are still in our local, this yellow box. We didn't go to remote yet. I just want to remind you at this point, we were still on local because there were so many things we have to master in the local part before we go to remote. That's why we were still focusing here. We'll go to remote as well. Now coming back, we are in the local and let's say I'm working on this repository from some time, let's say from 1 week or so. Now I just I just realized my requirements, client requirements changed completely. Also, I feel I want to just get rid of all, or else just get rid of changes which I made from last 4 days or else last 4 commits. See, actually the latest commit will be here. The latest commit will be called as head. Head is a pointer in Git. Pointer is like a marker which will mark to the topmost commit. Means latest commit, the last commit, whatever you call it. So this is the one. So from the latest, if I want to get rid of any successive number of commits, successive means like the in a serial order, right? The successive commits, if I want to get rid of, you can do that using something called git reset. We have learned to revert. Now I'm talking about reset. If you want to get rid of a bunch of commit IDs, right? Or else a successive latest commit IDs. Of course, only successive latest commit IDs like commit 4 commits or 5 commits. You can do that using reset. Let me show you the command git reset hard. And there are multiple ways to do it. Let's say I want to get rid of these 4 commits. Then this 2768 becomes the topmost, right? So you can give the commit ID which becomes the topmost after getting rid of these 4. So this is the command. And here I would like to explain more here. Getting rid of means whatever changes happened in those 4 commits will be gone, as well as those commit IDs will also be wiped off from the commit history. Means you will not have that in the history at all. Let me show you. See, now it is telling you head marker move to this commit, do the log, right? This becomes the topmost one, and at the back end also you see you all these 4 gone. You are at this stage. At this stage, when you are deleting the file, you are at that point, right? So this is how you do reset. They are wiped off from the commit history. Let's suppose I'm running again. Let's say I want to get rid of these 3. I can give this commit ID, or else another way to do is head tilde 3. Head tilde 3 means get rid of latest successive 3 commit IDs. Rid of means all the changes would be gone. See here, as well as those commits will also be gone. This became the topmost. All these 3 were gone. Understood, everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
What if want to remove something in between the
Not
commits?
possible. Not possible. Only successive. Right?
Okay.
That's why whenever you do revert, new commit ID will be generated. In reset, no. New commit ID will not be generated. Isn't it? You are not seeing any new commit ID generated. And you can revert any commit ID. This is only successive 3 or 4, whatever, successive latest commit IDs. And if you revert any number of times, you can still get back. You can revert the revert. You can recover, right? Because it is generating an ID. See, any change you make, you delete it, you commit it, or you modify it, you do whatever you want. If you have committed it, a commit ID is generated, means you can recover that, correct? But in reset, it's not generating commit ID. Also, those commit IDs are gone from the commit history. Means you cannot recover at all. Means it is gone or gone forever. So, which one should you use in reality? Which is more practical? Which one should you use?
Revert.
Revert is the one which should be used regularly, right? Revert reset is very powerful destructive command. We call it as destructive because gone are gone forever. By mistake, if you do that, that's all. You cannot just get them back again. Lot of rework. Never encourage reset. If you are very pretty sure you don't need these 10 commits, you just don't want them at all in the commit history also because requirement change completely. You don't want to maintain in the log also. If you are very clear and confident and very much required about that, you have to do reset. Reset is powerful, destructive, should be used only when needed. Right?
And why should we use this attribute hard in the command?
I'll come to that part also. Okay, just a minute. Once we do that, I'll talk about different resets. Okay. So revert is the friendly one. You should go for revert. Okay. So this is about Git reset. As a DevOps engineer, like we don't use resets much regular. Of course, the command itself is very less frequently used and we don't use it. You don't have to deep dive into it, but we have done, which is good part. And another thing is consider these concepts like advanced concepts. And we have used hard, right? That's a hard reset. There are also different types of resets like soft reset, mixed reset as well. Okay, like I told you, this is not at all used, but I'll just introduce those things, but will not do the hands-on for it because not needed. But I'll give you this chart, which will ease your understanding. All right. Otherwise, this is actually an advanced concept. Like we might get confused if you're a beginner, if you're seeing for the first time, it might be a bit confusing. But this chart will help you understand any type of reset very easily. Command would be same. Okay, you will be using soft in place of hard or mixed. But what is the difference? Whenever you do your hard reset, changes will be gone completely from everywhere. That's why you cannot get them back. Okay. And if you use soft reset, changes are gone from working directories, but changes are gone from 1 second, I did a reverse thing. 1 minute. In the soft reset, you will lose your changes from the local repository, but changes are still there in the working directory and staging area. So what you should do to get the changes back here? If some changes are in staging area, how can you get it into local repository?
Commit.
Again, commit.
Right? So that's how you can get them back. Similarly, for mixed, your changes will be there in the working directory, but it will be removed from staging area and local repository. If you want to get them back, yes, perfect, add and commit. Right? That simple chart will help you understand any type of reset. If anyone interested, you can try this out, but it's not mandatory you should do hands-on on it. You don't have to go to this extent, but anyone interested, yes. And also this chart later on, at any point of time, if you want to understand this concept, this chart should help you. The differences between them. You can try out using soft, mixed. When you do soft, changes should show. What would be the message after doing soft reset? Means, okay, let me add this also in the status also as a column. So when you do hard reset, after that, if you run status, it will show you like working repository is clean. What will be the status after soft reset?
Reconfigure in the
Changes need to be
stage file in stage 2. Stage.
Changes to be
Changes to be committed.
Right? And what will be the case here?
Again, add and
On stage.
commit.
hard stage.
Sorry, it will be a new file, right? Untracked.
Black.
Working directory removed from everywhere. Untracked. Not unstaged, it will be untracked. Right? So just give it a try and you can just explore this part. So got the differences between revert and reset? Everyone, the types of resets, everything is there in the documentation as well. Let me just, if this is clear, I'll just recap the things we discussed today because we discussed several things here. Right. Okay. Let me just explain you the things here. Today we get started with git diff command, right? Git diff will show you, okay. Git diff will show you unstaged changes of a file, correct? Of a file, right? And then we discussed about git diff. Git diff staged flag. Show you staged changes of a file. Correct? And we discussed a scenario where the same file could be both under staged and unstaged. That is a scenario we have covered today, where the file could be both under staged and unstaged. Right? That's one thing we discussed. And then we started with deleting the files. And there are multiple ways to do that. Git rm. This will delete both from working directory and local repository completely. See, when I say it will delete both from working directory local, but after committing, after git rm, you have to run commit command, right? So after that, like it will be deleted completely. If you just want to delete only from the local repository, but keep it in the working directory, this will delete only from local repository, right? Of course, again, after rm cache, you have to run git commit. I'm not writing those. That's very obvious. After doing any changes, you have to do commit, right? So this is what we discuss. And then how do you ignore any files? How do you exclude certain files from version controlling? Ignoring the files. That's where .git ignore comes in. This is very important. This is to ignore any sensitive files, any files with log files, executables, all of them can be ignored, right? Using this ignore file. And then, then we discussed about reversing the changes, right? So How do you do that? Using git revert. Git revert commit ID is the syntax, right? You can do this git revert commit ID, which will undo this, right? Reversing the changes. And then ignoring the file, reversing. Then we have, let's say you want to undo successive commits, right? Undo the comments and wipe off from the history. You have git reset. These are the things we have discussed. Understood, everyone? Any questions in any of the parts we have covered today? And I would like to take you through this. How many of you are going through the quiz? How many of you have completed day 1 quiz?
Yeah, I have completed.
Yeah, that's great. We received some scores also. Some of you have completed. That's great.
Myself also completed.
Right, that's great. Like whoever haven't, please take it as a regular practice, right? As we go on, I may not be able to talk about that in the class, like do your quiz, do your assignments. Those are mandatory, okay? For uh, understanding it thoroughly, those are mandatory. Sorry, go to my learnings.
Ma'am,
And all the links were corrected.
hi ma'am.
Yes, hello.
Ma'am, just wanted to ask, there is in queues now, there is last question based on the text above your fourth question. Ma'am, what does it mean?
Okay, so this is your LMS and this is this day's class. This quiz you're talking about, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, which question? Fourth,
Last one. Last.
10th one.
Ma'am, this based on the text above. No question is just.
No, that is, please ignore it. That is not correct.
Oh,
Please ignore it. That is something like.
but this is mandatory, na? Actually.
Oh, okay. But people are submitting it.
I also submit using I just dot I have used.
Okay, that's some error. We'll remove it. But until then, yeah, type something and submit it. Okay, we'll remove that one. Thanks for.
Okay. I was thinking for 20 minutes, ma'am. What does it mean?
You can post it in the group if you have anything as such. Okay, we can rectify it immediately. Those things might be happening here and there, but just bring it up. Okay, we'll rectify it.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks.
Okay, so go through the quiz. I mean, today's video will be posted. Go through that, and because that link is not yet posted today, I'll show you from here. Whatever we discussed today are all available in this place. Git day 2. Right? Like creating a folder, initial commit, git diff commands, right? We discussed explanation also here. Okay, everything is available here. Creating, committing, initial files, everything, whatever we discussed. Of course, branching is for tomorrow. We'll start with branch tomorrow up to until git reset only. Right? Follow till git reset. That's what we covered today. And quiz for the today's class. Okay, so go through these, complete your assignment, complete the quiz. And one more thing is, all these links we have corrected actually. Yesterday only lab assignment was there, but lab notes is there. Lab notes is the PDF format, whichever you prefer, you can go for it. Your architectural diagrams, everything will be there in this lab note or lab notes, right? Lab assignments are step-by-step things which can help you quickly do your hands-on. Both of them we have left here. Even in this place also, okay, this lab notes is already there. Lab assignments is there. Hope that is clear where yesterday we have find this thing. Any more questions from anyone during your hands-on or in today's topics? Okay, if you don't have any questions, I'll go with the one troubleshooting session with Hamal. Are you there, Hamal? Like, do you want to share your screen and we can check the error we got yesterday?
Actually, thing is, no, I'm logged in with another laptop which I didn't install yet in this.
Okay.
I'll just connect and I'll get back.
Sure, sure. Okay then. Okay then. All right. So after this part then, okay, system is not available. Actually, after this part, we have the new concept of branching. I just want to start it on a separate class. But now I'll just give you just a simple gist of it as we have some time. Let me just give you a gist of it. Whenever you are seeing status, right? You would be always seeing something like branch master, right? You are seeing something here like a branch master. What is that actually, isn't it? Till now, we did not focus on it, but this branching concept is very important in Git. It is like Git has got a great branching feature, like a great strategies, which made it very robust, right? It's very famous for these branching features, which are helpful in real world. So what is a branch now? Branch is nothing but you can imagine it like a virtual directory. Whenever you create a local repository, see this is your local repository, this Git demo is a local repository, right? Whenever you create a local repository, by default, there will be one branch created by default that's called main branch or master branch, whatever you call it, this one. Main branch or master branch created by default whenever you create local repository. And whatever files you have created till now, whatever commits you have done till now, will be are set to be on master branch. Right, means whatever I created a bunch of files here, right? Like 2 files or whatever. All of them are set to be on master branch, right? All the commits, you can see your commits this way. So everything on master. That's a default behavior. It's assume it's like a virtual folder. Now, okay, this is my master branch. All my changes are here. Let us assume you want to, okay, you are working for a functional requirement 1. Okay, you are making your changes here. Let's say file 1, file 2 are to be modified. Let's say client came with new requirement 2. Again, same files are to be modified. If you put everything in the same master branch, let's say you are having everything in the same master branch, right? All the changes are going into the same branch. At some point of time, it's very difficult for you to identify which changes are for requirement 1, which changes are for requirement 2, right? Assume you are keeping everything in the same folder. And let's say this is for August release, this is for December release. How do you do that? How is it possible to push them separately, right? So these are all the challenges you have. All right. Also, if let's say this master branch for some reason is corrupted, entire code base is gone, right? Also, one thing is this allows parallel development. Parallel development means yes, like you are working on requirement 1, requirement 2. You should be able to do that efficiently. So how do you do parallel development? How do you maintain versions, right? We were talking about versions some time back. How do you maintain versions of your changes? How do you have backup of your changes? How do you maintain different environments? Means you'll have different environments like dev environment, staging environment, pre-prod, prod, whatever. Like you might be having multiple environments. Means first development happens and testing will happen in the lower environments, right? Once it is successful, means let's say once the changes are working here, it will move to staging. Once it is working here, it will be pre-prod, then to prod. Some of you might be having a question here. We are not a developers. What will we test here? Why should we? DevOps engineer will also have those environments. Yes, of course. Let me tell you. In reality, this will be your project. Okay. Where developers will contribute to it. Also, DevOps engineers will contribute to it. Maybe testers also might be contributing to it. All the code, like let's say all the Java code will be handled by development team. All the test cases will be by testing team, right? In the same project, in the same folder, you'll be having CI/CD objectives like Jenkins file, which can be managed by DevOps teams. Like yesterday in the beginning, I told you, right? If you are a core DevOps team, yes, you contribute for Jenkins file in the same folder. If you are support person, again, same files you will modify, but developers will create them from scratch. You have to support them when something is broken. But whatever, these are DevOps files, right? So whether you make changes to your DevOps files or developers are making changes to their Java code, for example, any change should go through the entire process. We learned in the beginning, right? Whenever any commit happened, it could be a DevOps person changes, developer changes, any changes will trigger the pipeline of CI/CD. Means build it, test it, deploy it first in lower environment. Okay, once it is successful, again repeat the same, build the code, test it, deploy it in next level. Let's say, for example, I'm telling you staging. Those are environment names. It could be any name. Release environments, prod environments, pre-prod, UAT, different environments. So, but level wise, okay, next level. If it is successful here, then again build it, test it for prod deployments. Deploy to prod means end users will see it. So any change will go through the process. But how is it possible? You should have different branches, right? Develop branch means you may create different branches, like you are seeing master branch will create different branches. Dev branch where developers will make changes, first deploy it into dev environment. Staging, deploy it into test or UAT environments. Then prod, deploy it to the prod environment. So you'll have different branches. We'll deep dive, we'll do all the hands-on. If this is confusing, just ignore it. Okay, we'll see first how to create a branch, how to create a pipeline from that branch. Lot of learning coming in. Okay, I'm just trying to bring up the context. So parallel developments, versions, backups, environments, or else let's say something went wrong. You want to like develop you in the sense whoever responsible testers, let's say they want to fix the bug immediately. They may create a new branch for bug fixes, hot fixes. Those are called hot fix, a quick fix. So like these are all different branches, right? So you can create a branch from your master. Whenever you create a branch, it will be the same copy. Let's say I'll give name as feature B1. Okay, same copy, right? And make the and you can make the changes, all the changes all over here, right? And once you make a copy, means only till you make a copy, it is just everything from us. Later on, if you make any changes here, you use it for requirement too. You use it for requirement too. Whatever changes made in feature branch will not be visible to master. If something is done on master, that will not be visible to feature. They work like a parallel entities. Am I making sense? Just in layman terms, I'll explain. Just give me a second. Just to give you complete clarity, assume that in let's say, okay. Okay, let's say I have a folder here. Forget about Git. Okay, this is actually a folder. Now I'm creating a copy of it. Okay, this is the copy. Now they are both are same, but now let's say now I'll open F2 and make changes. I mean TF2 and make changes. Will it be visible on TF folder?
No.
Not visible, right? Also, if I make something changes in TF folder, will it be visible on TF2? It is just folders I'm asking in your system. If you make some changes in TF folder, will it be automatically available on it a copy?
No.
No.
No, right? That's the case with branch. There are two parallel entities. You may maintain permanent branches, like this is for dedicated for dev environment, this is for test environment. You can use that way, or else let's say this is just a temporary draft. I don't want to mess up this. I will draft, use it. If it is working, I will just copy to the original one. Same branch also, you may create for a draft purpose. You may just make your changes. Later on, you may delete that branch. Means branches can be permanent or temporary depending on the use case. Assume like I'm writing a story. This is my story. Let's say this is a story I'm writing. I got an idea, I got another climax. So I don't want to mess up this one. Okay, this is a happy ending. This is a sad ending. I just want to maintain two versions. That's possible or not? Right? I can maintain two. I will post both of them to the publisher. Publisher may post them like two different stories if they like it. Same is the case. You may have multiple branches. Each branch could be separate, dedicated for each environment. Or else you may also create a temporary branch, just not to interrupt the actual one. I may be creating a branch, make changes. Later on, I may copy this to the original one and delete this temporary one. All those use cases we'll see. Okay. But I'm just explaining you theoretically today. Tomorrow we'll get into the complete hands-on of it. Hope you all got an idea of what a branch is. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
How to create it, how do you merge it, how do you delete it, lot many things. How do you create pipelines for the branches? Lot many things coming up. If it is not completely clear, don't worry. Okay, we will get into this tomorrow also. Any more questions from anyone? Anything?
Dipti, actually, from the lab work, I think you missed a concept of the restore one, besides reset and revert.
See, restore is to undo the changes or else delete the changes from staging directory. That's not so important. So I did. If you want, you can just run the command and try it out. If you have placed something in the staging area, like you do git add, right? After that, if you want to restore, you can use that restore command. We don't use those much. So I don't want to touch base on them, at least at this point when you are learning it. First, learn the straight away. Those are all the commands like add-ons, you can use it.
Okay.
Here and there, if you see such commands, if it's not clear, get back to me. Try them out and then you can get back to me. Okay. I think that is all from my end. I have explained the
I
thing.
have one question from that. Once I restored from the staging area, again, when I tried to git add it, it was not directly happening. I have to do modification on the file to add it. Why is that so?
Depending on the actual steps you are executing. You have added and then it was in the staging area.
Staging area, I committed it, then I deleted it from the commit, and
Deleted
then
it from the commit
I restored it from the staging area.
Deleted
And
it? Sorry, deleted it from the commit meaning? What did you delete?
git rm and the file from the after committing it.
Okay.
Then I restored it from the staging area. Okay.
You deleted the file, right?
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
restoring means you are restoring the deletion, not the file actually.
Yeah, it is coming into staging area. Then from there, I again restoring into the working directory. But when I try to again git add the same file, it was asking, it was not happening. I have to modify the file and add something into the file to add it.
Do the status once, run the status command at that point and let me know what
It didn't show up anything.
Git status should show some message, right, Mahesh? What is Git status showing at that point?
At that point, it was showing like no changes to something, nothing, nothing is there in the
Can you
tree
please
is clear.
post that screenshot in the group? Right? It will be clear for me, like what are all the steps you have gone through. Also put those steps, right? Because see, I definitely understand you might be trying different things, different scenarios. Until we go through those steps, right? Like what actually happened, what is the state of the file? I cannot confirm like what is the reason. So please post those
I dropped
steps.
the screenshot.
Sure. Please post the steps, also post the screenshot, right? You might be having different use case. What if I do that way and all? Try it out from your end, post the screenshot, including the steps. Okay, that's how we'll do. If that's not working, we'll go through a live screen share. That will help us better, right?
Sure.
So first post those in the group. If in the WhatsApp, if still that's not helping, we'll go screen share. That's better.
Sure.
Also, what I would suggest is like if anyone learning it for the first time or new people, first do the things whatever we are doing in the class, right? Don't try to mess up by doing adding there, removing there and all. It may just mess up the things and your understanding. First learn straightforward things. Once you're comfortable, yes, you can try out all of these things. So yeah, get started with your hands-on. I would like to give the 7 minutes back to you. All right then. Thank you all. Good day. Bye everyone. You
Preethi,
too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Shall I do the screen sharing?
Can we do it tomorrow, Hamal? It's almost time.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah, let's do tomorrow. Okay.
Sure.
We have last 15 minutes per questionnaire. We shall do that tomorrow. All right then. Bye everyone.